I feel that Nehemiah's greatest legacy over the past 30 years has been the fact that we have demystified human services. I think in the past, you sit on this side of a social worker or a desk or someone's clipboard, and they're interviewing you and talking to you about your weaknesses. We brought people with lived experiences. We brought people who understood culturally relevant social service approaches, and we affirmed people by hiring people who look like those that we're serving. And so I feel that we really dignified individuals through human services, allowed people to work with them who understood what they were saying and not saying. And when people are treated with dignity, they respond with dignity. So I feel that one of the greatest legacies is that people felt seen and heard in a place where they were most vulnerable and needed most help in a social service arena. I think the other part of it is the leadership development component. When I think of the young 8 or 9-year-olds who are professionals and adjunct faculty members and people working on doctorate degrees today, who I knew as 9-year-olds who are hanging out in our programs, is another part of the legacy. And I think the third part of it is over 75% of our staff were once volunteers at Nehemiah. We have between 25 and 30 full and part-time employees. And 2 of our staff members, current staff members, were children in our programs, and they work for me full-time. So I would say those are the things that are part of Nehemiah's greatest legacy when I think back over the past 30 years.
The Nehemiah Community Development Corporation extends to you an invitation to enter into an exciting partnership with this faith-based organization in the building up of the South Madison neighborhood. Since 1990, when this organization was founded by the Reverend Dr. Alexander G., barriers of race, socioeconomic class, and religious affiliation continue to fall away as a wide range of individuals, businesses, and communities of faith have laid aside differences to respond to this invitation.
The idea of this development corporation was birthed while I was preaching a series out of the books of Ezra and Nehemiah, talking about the church's need to be involved in civic, social, educational, governmental issues, and not just religious issues. Just as the prophet Nehemiah was empowered by God's Spirit to encourage the indigenous leadership of Jerusalem to rebuild the city walls, the Nehemiah Corporation is empowered by God's Spirit to help indigenous leadership here in South Madison to move towards self-sufficiency.